So I'm gonna burst the bubble around what's happening with all the YouTube reviews about the Z Fold 8 and the Z Fold 8 Ultra. I went to the to the Samsung Experience store in Montreal, and the reason why I'm doing a voiceover here is because it was super crowded. It was so noisy, and my Galaxy Buds unfortunately were picking up noise from everything, and the AI couldn't really help with the noise suppression for after trying to edit the video here. So as soon as I picked up the phone for the Z Fold 8, I was crazy impressed by how light it was. Notice here the crease. I'm gonna talk more about it later, but everybody's concerned about the crease and that how it disappeared from the Z Fold 8. It didn't. My guess is the first few times that you open the Z Fold 8, whether it's the normal version of the or the Ultra, you're not gonna have a crease because it's just comes open straight out of the box. You can see here my my surprised face because I was so impressed by how versatile this phone was. I know from other reviews they were saying like it's super light, it's impressive, but I didn't really expect it to feel that amazing. So back to the crease. Honestly, I don't give a damn about the crease. We should just enjoy the phone the way it is. I wish Samsung focused less on the crease and more on bringing the S Pen back. Now, one of the concerns I had with the Z Fold 8 was that the keyboard was going to take a big part of the screen. But honestly, it's, it didn't really bother me, and I could still see what I am typing for. So it wasn't a big deal. It was kind of like impressive, and it was comfortable to type, even though the keyboard was in French and I couldn't change the the language. Like I didn't want to go to the settings and such, but I was really impressed by how right that phone felt like. And if you notice, like when I open the phone, I open it with one hand because I'm holding my Z Flip 7 with the other hand.
You wanna buy or you just wanna look?
Is the general.
You wanna buy or you wanna look? Hi, second video?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Well, that's help now in the video.
Okay, عيد.
No, it's okay. Do you mind being in the video? Okay, there you go. We have Mr. Shadi, the general. So this is so far the Ziko base. Let me say hi to him and then I will start with the other phone. And now it's time for Z Fold 8. Within like 3 minutes, I got used to the other phone and now reachable in my face. I have to hold the phone. I'm supposed to receive the green. So change the color. So you can see here, I was trying to open the phone with one hand. First, I was trying to get out of the demo mode, and later I was trying to open it with one hand, which wasn't very comfortable. Luckily, afterwards, I had this amazing, genius idea to ask Shadi for help, since he was there to hold the phone and record me as I speak, and it felt different, like the form factor, the candy bar form factor. It felt good, but I was then surprised that I couldn't really reach the other parts of the screen. I thought because the Z Fold 8 was much wider, and I saw from some reviews that it's gonna be harder to manage with one hand. Uh, I thought that it's gonna be harder to reach, but it was actually easier than Z Fold 8 Ultra. And as you noticed, like the crease was there. Again, I don't care about the crease. It's just like pisses me off that everybody's focused on it and how Samsung solved this crease issue. It is still there. I guess that you have to open it a few hundred times, I guess, before starts showing up again. And I really wish that Samsung would have focused on bringing the S Pen back rather than looking at the crease. it's not a big deal. And when you have the screen on and you start working on it, whether it's the Z Fold or the Z Flip, like I had both of them in the past, I still have the Z Flip 7 right now. Your brain kind of ignores it, and you don't see the crease unless you are under direct light and you see like it's your brain ignores it. Trust me. So it's not a big thing. But the thing is here, I realized that when you put the Z Fold 8 on the Z Fold 8 Ultra, there is a size difference that when you look at it in the beginning, you're like, yeah, whatever, it's cool. Everybody's saying the Z Fold 8 is for media consumption anyways. But when you look at the Z Fold 8 Ultra, and you can see from my face here, I'm like, there is some extra real estate that I can use here, and like I can use it more versus the Z Fold 8. Then I took some pictures to see how it's gonna fare, and I know that the lighting wasn't perfect in that area because it's a mall and it's darker on the like where I was taking the picture outside the experience store. But honestly, I was surprised. One of the main reasons I was thinking that the Z Fold 8 Ultra would be better for me was because of the telephoto lens and because of the 200 megapixel camera, that it's gonna make a huge difference. But to be honest, I was disappointed with both phones in terms of picture quality. If you remember from another video that I made for Samsung talking about my 1 year review about the Z Flip 7, uh, I wasn't really happy with the pictures it took when it was in a dark environment, dark environment, like in the gym while I was changing after a workout. I wanted to see my progress. Everything looked pixelated. And I guess the video here doesn't really show that much, but the picture quality was really like computer enhanced, let's say. It wasn't clear. Of course, if you take a picture with perfect lighting, then it's gonna look nice. But the moment you try to do any zoom, then you realize that the quality is bad. Again, here it's just some random people, but honestly, it shows okay on the video here, but it really looked bad, and I wasn't happy at all with the picture quality. I was expecting the Ultra to be much better, and the whole reasoning behind me choosing this phone or that phone is gonna change. You're gonna see at the end of this video how I had a paradigm shift in terms of evaluating. See, this looks like a normal picture, but actually it looked really bad when I was looking at it. And this is while I was trying the zoom, like going with the 3x, with the 5x, 3x, just to look at the optical zoom before the digital zoom comes in. And I thought, you know what, 3x should be okay. But once you take a picture and you zoom on, like in the picture itself, then you realize that it's not the greatest quality. I mean, honestly, I don't know what. Like when I had the Z Fold 5, the picture quality was amazing. So I'm kind of surprised by how like there's a huge difference in terms of picture quality between the previous generation and the Z Flip 7, which was, to me, it was horrible. Whenever there was like some darkness or you had to do any zoom, which meant using digital zoom, right? Because it doesn't have the telephoto lens. Then I realized that okay, you know what? It could be the processor. Maybe when we go back to Snapdragon. So here, like I was holding the phone again, I kept holding both phones to see the feel of the both of the phones. And now this is the genius idea where I asked Shadi to finally like take a video for me, and both of these phones they felt good. Like I was trying to see if I can open them with one hand, which the Z Fold 8 I feel like it was easier when I opened it from the top. Like the moment I moved, the moment I went in the store, but it's not a big deal. And if you want to know something, one of the things I was impressed with this year was the warranty. I wasn't happy at all with the fact that Samsung didn't offer the double the storage for free, but the new like Samsung Care Plus Premium, whatever it's called, I did a video about it where I analyzed the warranty terms and conditions and using AI, and I found some really dark things in the terms and conditions. You can check it out in the video that I posted a couple of days ago. I will link to it at the bottom of this video. You can check it out to learn before you buy the Care Plus, whatever. You need to know about these things that could really void your warranty for some really surprising reasons. The phone is amazing for media consumption, even without having to open it. It takes the whole screen, almost the whole screen, and it feels great. So I am with the other YouTubers on this aspect. When you open it, it feels natural. Of course, you still have the black on top and the bottom, but it's not a big deal. It feels good. Now, the thing that I wasn't expecting when I was using these phones was how much it would matter for me that the Z Fold 8 Ultra, with that extra height, it makes a lot of difference if you want to use widgets, if you want to put your calendar, put things, you can use that extra real estate in order to be more productive. I know a lot of people talk about the multitasking and how the Z Fold 8 Ultra is amazing for multitasking, while the Z Fold 8 is a media consumption device. Okay, fine. But the fact that even with the width of the phone of the Z Fold 8 being bigger, you still have the same number of applications per row. So I don't feel like it's really using the space properly. So for me, I feel like the Z Fold 8 Ultra is better for the kind of work that I do, the organization that I want to do. So I still haven't fully decided, but I wanted to share with you all the information so that you have everything and try to cover my point of view. I hope this video has been informative. If it was, please consider liking and subscribing. Bye.